Hi, guys.
Hello, guys.
I am having trouble here with there we are.
Difficulties.
We are live on Facebook as well. All right, all is well. Okay. All right, sorry. As usual, the technical difficulty situation. See who's all here.
I can kind of check out comments here.
Hi, Teresa. Positive.
Hello, guys. Hi, YOLO.
YOLO. And
Kim and Bella.
Hi, Kim, and hi, Bella. I think that's
So as you see, I am in the car. I'm headed to my sailing class.
It's that Sunday thing. She's got sailing.
Yeah. So I attached you to a phone thing so it wouldn't be so jumbly. So let's hope that works.
Yeah.
Because I know last time I was making myself sick.
We don't want to get too sick. Yeah. Manishka, welcome. Happy Sunday, everyone.
Yes.
How's everybody doing? So Kim said she had a reading with us last Thursday and loved it so much.
Oh, awesome.
And let's see. Okay. How's everybody week? How did the week go for everybody? Let's just check in and.
So Lola is not here. She just came back from vacation, so she had stuff to do. And then those of you, the guys that are sending out pink light and doing that, if you could please send it out to my, I don't know how to put it. Let's just say my daughter's partner. Just do it that way. My daughter's partner, that her test results come back negative and she'll be okay. So.
All right. So starting off with a message just for us in the group today. And I'm sorry, I'm like kind of quiet right now. I feel like I'm kind of quiet.
I think we're both kind of quiet.
I know, isn't that weird? We're usually like, blah, 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 blah.
I was sitting here trying to think of things that came for the whole entire week that were repetitive.
And, I'm going to write it down. I'm going to type it in. What I was shown earlier.
Manishka, and I don't have my glasses on. She says, "Ma'am, your reading last time changed my views."
Oh, wow.
Good. Hopefully. Good.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. But I feel like this is a message for all of us today. Oh, Karen disappeared. Yeah, she's on the road. So here we go. I'm going to have to be a little more vocal, aren't I? Because I'm the only one on here. All right. So as you see, and I'll put it up on the board so we can all see it on the board. But the sacred breath of transcendence and collective harmony. So I feel like we've all been kind of going through that. And yes, I think positive is keeping a list for us. But yes, so this is what Spirit brought to me, the sacred breath of transcendence and collective harmony. So really important to be breathing, really taking those deep breaths. I feel like a lot of us we've kind of stopped breathing because of anxiety or whatever's going on, and we kind of stop breathing. So we have to be intentional about our breath, and then bringing in the sacred breath then, and then bringing in that harmony. So the sacred breath of transcendence and collective harmony is what I heard for us today. So how do y'all feel about that? Taking a few breaths before we get started and moving into that transcendence and collective harmony of. Oh, so I do have someone here. Hi, Paulette. And I don't know why it's not showing up here on. Oh, maybe if she writes something, it will. And Karen is back. So we do have some people on Facebook as well watching. And
Yeah. No, I can see it.
You can see it?
What you just typed? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you said the Facebook.
Oh, no.
Okay. So there are comments on Facebook, but I'm not seeing them on the big screen here, which is a bummer.
Yeah. And I can't help you out because if I try to switch back and forth, this is what it does, and it boots me off. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll just write in your question or whatever. So yes.
This was my lunch.
Positive for life. We do have someone in line on Facebook as well. Anyways, guys, it's taking in that breath and that healing breath, that breath that takes us to that higher place and brings in that collective harmony for us. So that was the message that came in before I got on for all of us. And so let us move straight into the questions, unless anybody has anything to add to the sacred breath of transcendence and collective harmony. But other than that, we will move right on to the questions. And Paula, if you just want to go ahead and write in your question on in the chat there, and then I'll be able to put it up, and then we can get started. Oh, I did want to pull an angel card for us while we're waiting.
Did you guys see my wonderful post I put of my cat?
Oh, yeah. That was hilarious.
She wouldn't stop.
She loves you. Okay, so positive. We have Paulette, but I was going to go ahead and if we can get her like around maybe second on the list, that'll be great. So the angel card coming in for us collectively is balance, and let's bring in that. So doesn't it seem like we keep getting that message every week about bringing in that balance, that mind-body balance?
Yeah. And what I was, the thing that I've been talking about is that we're going up like this. You're going up and you're having your downs. And
Mhm.
really in those moments when you're down, you got to kind of sit with that and figure out what is it that you're down about? Like really process those emotions, because that's the only way we're going to get through all of this. Is process the emotion and understand that even though someone may bring you the lesson, they say, it's not necessarily the messenger
Mhm.
as much as the message. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Spot on.
And don't drink a bottle of wine by yourself. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, I wondered how that went down.
It was great that day.
Yeah, of course. It always is. All right. Okay. Positive. Who do we have first on the list? I think, is it Teresa? Greeter? I can't remember. Yeah, so Facebook person. I love it. Okay, so Greeter, if you could throw up your question, we can get started on the questions. So we'll have Greeter and then Paulette. Paulette will be next. So Paulette, if you want a reading, go ahead and you can post your question anytime. And so we can move forward. And I'm going to just kind of get started in. All right. Greeter. So Gaurav, positive, we'll put you on the list. And here we go with the first question.
Oh, yeah, I saw this question earlier.
Okay. I have a question about my older friend, 74, told me doesn't wear a mask and sometimes. Oh, okay. Interesting.
I literally was, shown that there she is. God, why am I so echoey over there? So anyways, there she is just walking into the store, just going, like creating her own little bubble. And I think it's just mindset with her. Like, if I get it, I get it. I'm not going to stress out. I'm not going to, but they kept showing me her mindset about all of it, that she's just okay. If her attitude is she does. That's what she'll deal with, but she's not going to allow this to become her reality. And so in that, I really feel like she's going to be okay.
I am seeing the same thing. I have to send the link to somebody's trying to get on.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep going. And understand that just because we say she's going to be okay doesn't mean that she may not get it. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. It doesn't mean that she's not going to get it. It just means that she will be fine through all of this, because I'm not seeing her getting sick. She's not highlighted. She's not, none of my getting sick signs. She's just going, if it happens, it happens. And she's just, going for the gusto there. So
I do feel that, the problem with that, I see that she's totally going to be fine. But the problem is that she could be passing it to someone else, because she could be one of those people who don't have any symptoms. And that's mostly what you're wearing a mask for, is so pass it to somebody else. And so that would be the encouragement for her, is that it's really, she's protecting others. And yes, she may be 74, but she may be one of those asymptomatic people that are spreaders. So that's the thing. But I see that she's going to be okay. And the thing here's very interesting. Do you see her with the mask on in there? Two people have masks on in here.
That's
okay.
funny.
And they're battling. So she's going to get some negative feedback from others who are wearing a mask and want her to wear a mask. So that's going to be her problem. So I think it would behoove her to change her mind, because yeah, she's going to hear it from others. She's going to be one of those people that everybody's mad at and yelling at if she doesn't start wearing a mask, especially being 74.
Yeah, but don't beat her up about it, because you can say your piece, but ultimately they showed me a bull running straight into the wall, which is, she's hard-headed. I mean, fight your battles there.
Yeah. Yes.
I just realized this looks a lot better than this.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That higher
perspective.
Hi, Angel.
Maybe I just need to hang it down from here. Yeah, we'll just leave it. Who cares? Hi, guys. I can't see anybody or any comments, but hello.
All right. So, greeter, we'll be praying for your friend who is not
hard-headed. Hard-headed.
And yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me because I come from the medical field, and it just breaks my heart, because I know all my friends who work in the ER are the ones on the front lines, and because of these people deciding they're not going to wear a mask and protect themselves and others, my friends are the ones who pay the price. So yeah, so I'm a little more. Anyway, all right.
I'm the rebel.
Yeah.
Hey, just to let you know, we're going over, what is this, Monument Hill?
Way back there.
Oh, what's this one? Anyways.
Hi, Ray.
Where we got cut off the last time?
Yeah.
Castle Rock.
Back to that collective harmony, right?
Mm-hmm.
The message that Spirit brought in earlier. Okay, so thank you for that question. And we are on to the next.
Mm.
Okay, so Paulette is next, and I'm going to go ahead and put her question up here for us. Since it's not coming. It's so strange. Okay, she's saying what is okay. All right, hold on, guys. Patience, thank you. I'm going to have this figured out by next time, hopefully, about how to get these messages up here. I wonder if... No. And I'm the slowest one.
Oh. Did she put it up already?
I'm writing it in. Going to be like... I'm just going to read it. It's too long. Okay. I'll just put her name is Paulette. Backspace. Oh, great. Hi, Janae. Okay. Sorry about positive. Go ahead and put Janae on the list as well. Okay. Enter. Okay. After all that typing, this is what we get. Okay, the question is, what is my life going to be like? I've had a lot of recent deaths. My kids are not going through it very well. I'm like the punching bag. I want to know about my health too. I've been sick off and on since October. Okay, so we have two-parter here. So the first part is like, you know, they've had a lot of chaos, her and the kids, and these are adult children. And, but they've had some loss in the family.
Yeah.
But Paulette seems to be the punching bag. And so looking at that, and then the next is her health, kind of what's she's been dealing with some sickness off and on. All right, so Paulette.
I'm going this way. Okay.
All right, Paulette.
So I do have some.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was trying to decide which way was going to be stronger. Was psychic going to be stronger? Was family going to be stronger? And it was very odd because somebody on this side is like, well, maybe the other side, because then she's going to want to hear specific. And, you know, they just want you to know that right now it's like, be gentle with yourself. Okay. Don't take anything personal. They're showing me people that are hurt and people that are frustrated, people that are angry. So they're, you know, throwing up on you, you know, they're taking it out on you. And, you know, so you just can't do that. Don't allow them. And then, in time, so they say in time it's going to chill out, you know. And it's really weird because they're talking like if forward. I never get anybody forward. It's people are either coming to the left and then psychic is to the right, but they are literally head in front of me straight forward. And they're saying that, you know, just kind of, you know, they're showing me the words going in one ear and out the other. So don't take it personal. Be careful that you don't allow their throw up or their attachment to become part of you, because you got to just go, okay. And they're saying, you know, remember that you love the ones that you hurt the ones you love the most, because of the fact that they know you'll be forgiving. They know you'll be kind, and they know that you're going to step back and be okay with this. So they're saying it'll chill out. I mean, I should, you know, understand that it's going to chill out, but then something else will raise raise it up. And if you're not sorting through whoever this female is, that's the first one, I won't say that, well, somebody, I just see a female, and she goes, well, and literally there's a line of people here, and so they're all talking at the same time, so I'm trying to pick out little important things. And this female stands up and she goes like this, oh, and you know, she kind of pops her head out the line and goes, and she didn't deal with my death very good. So you're having to.
Mama's here.
Is that mom? Yeah, okay, go ahead. You go with that one, but that's what I feel like, because you didn't deal with that one over there. Now you've got to deal with all of these, and understand that everyone, that this is a cycle that we are all going through. If you did not deal with that crap a long time ago, you're gonna have to remember. I said, don't kill the messenger. Sit with it and understand where this is coming from. Okay, so you got mom.
Yeah, mom's here, very strong. As soon as I shifted over because I was kind of going in the psychic direction and not the other, but the other way. I thought, okay, I'll do it too. So, because I was going with her questions, but you're right. She is bringing in some answers to that. So Mama's here, and she's like coming in. She has her hands on your shoulders, Paulette. She's just right behind you. She's kind of got her hands on your shoulders and trying to bring in that strength and I want to say courage or something, but she's like telling you how to do this because okay, wait. Because that would be obvious.
But it's almost like she puts
But
shields
I
up.
see her like in there, and she's like doing the dishes, and she's like Paulette, and she's like telling you kind of like, she's like, you got to be this and you got to do this, and she's doing the dishes, and I just see her at the sink and chit chatting and cleaning everything up and organizing everything for you there in the kitchen, and she's encouraging you in her way, in her special way of how she would encourage you, and that's kind of what she's showing me, her way of doing it. But she also has her hands on on your shoulders, and she understands what you're going through. But the message also that I received is that when I first was checking in, I was seeing you, and with all the kiddos, and if they were all in the room at once, it was just too much, because there's so many different directions. Like Karen was saying, that everybody grieves different, and so everybody brings something different to the table with their grief, and we have to kind of allow them their journey with the grief, because it's their journey. But how you are going to be effective in their life is it's kind of like you're going to have to, because I saw you kind of separating them out, so it's going to be important for you to kind of separate them out and understand, okay, this is so-and-so, and this is how they're grieving, and this is how I can approach them and help them through this journey of grief. And then you go to the next kid, and then you know what I mean? So that's how it's kind of separating them out and kind of trying to understand them, because you're mom, and help them as much as you can, and just keep guiding them into safety. Being safe with their grieving is what you want mostly for them, but they're all going to journey it through different, is what I'm saying. And we have the Judgment card here, and that's bringing in that everybody's going through that transformation right now. Our world, we're in chaos right now in the world anyway. So adding that grief portion, that loss, with that, it's major transformation for you. But this is a very positive card for you all, is because it's showing that you're going to get through it. You have this with the Strength card coming in there too, this divine healing coming in for you. Divine healing, divine empowerment, and you're all going to get through it, but everybody's different in their transformation and how they do it. We have the Six of Cups. So that's, looking at the gifts, the memories, the beautiful memories, and seeing them as gifts, not as pain. Okay. It's hard. I know that. And, but there's some beautiful memories that they can hold on to, that to bring joy, and see it as the time together was such a gift, and seeing that beauty behind it. Okay. And this is you, the Empress here. And that's really providing that safety net of allowing them to grieve. And yes, you say that you're the punching bag and whatnot. It's because you're mom, right? When have we not been the punching bag with our kids, right? So yeah. So really bringing in that stability, and this is like the action card for you, the King of Cups, and that talks about bringing in that bringing in that stable emotional stability. When things aren't stable, you're being that person of emotional stable person in the room. And that's where your mom comes in again. And that's where she's putting her hands on your shoulder, bringing you that, bringing in that divine stability, emotional stability that you need to address the whole family. What else came in for you, Karen?
Well, I've been, so I can't tell. I mean, I really honestly cannot tell if this person is here or not here. Okay. So I'm going to put it that way. I'm like, okay, how old are you? And this person can range anywhere between 30s all the way to, I heard your age, so 50. And then immediately that person stopped talking. And then, you know, my sign for the line that you create and you write, and I don't think, Paula, you've ever heard me talk about this. I could be wrong, but I always draw a line and I say, this is our timeline. This is our book when we came down here. And then we create exit points in our lives. You know, if we got into a car wreck, we have the
We're losing you.
Hopefully you can hear me, but you have the choice to stay on earth or you can go up. And then you write another exit point in your life and you can stay or you can go on up. And please understand that for everyone that's listening to us, people have created this as an exit point, whether it's today or whether it's 2 weeks from now or whether it's a year from now. This whole transition, some people do not want to be like a part of it. And so they're using this as an exit point. So love them for what they brought. And just know that we're going to see a lot of losses. And that's like, Paulette, sorry if you know, I don't want to freak you out. It's just the way they want to bring something in and talk about something is that you may or you may hear about somebody else passing away. Okay. So just wish them love and light, and you're going to do fine. I mean, they just show me life, you know, roller coaster. You know, you're going to do fine. Just love them, like Debbie said. I love that Debbie said process each one and handle each one different, and then don't take their stuff on personally. And that's how you can get through this.
Yep. All right. So the second part of that question was kind of looking at health. And so I guess oh, here it is right here. I'm like, where did the question go? It's right here. All right. Going through here. Okay. That's it. Okay. Her health. So Paulette's health. She's been sick on and off since October. So let's check into that. All right.
Immediately what I heard was some of this stuff is the energy shifting. You know, I feel like the energy shifted and then I get nauseated, I get sick, I get ran down. It's very, very important for yourself to rest when you need to rest and really, truly take care of yourself.
Okay, so what I was being shown is kind of like doing the same thing but hoping for different results. Mm-hmm. And then the first card that dropped in was the devil. And the devil brings in that whole that whole feeling of addiction, kind of like, again, it just backed up what I was seeing was doing something but thinking that you were going to get different results. So like, let's say you wanted to change some eating habits or something like that. But you keep eating the, what are you laughing at, Karen?
I'm laughing at what you're saying.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, she's talking to me now.
Yeah, I'm talking to Karen now too. No, I'm just kidding. But you want different results. You want, you know, your body to feel healthy and get strong and bring all that. But you keep doing the same things. That's kind of what the devil's bringing in there. But you can, and look what came in for you again, Paulette, the Empress. I love this card. So you can create your life. How do you want it to look? You want your life to look healthy. There's some things that you need to change. So don't keep eating or don't keep doing those same things. It doesn't, I'm using people that you know what needs to change. You know, some of the things that that you habitually go back to. Okay. So Paulette said she went to rehab for alcoholism and she was there for 3 months. That's awesome. So you've made some changes in that. And that's where this comes in, because that was over top of that. So you've made those changes and that's good. You're on the right path. Building up and birthing something new for yourself. You are,
And you're gonna.
You create
Go ahead.
your life.
Sorry.
You're creating your path. You're creating your life, right? And you want to see different results. Go for it. The King of Wands takes action. So continue to take action and fight for yourself. But I see that regarding your health, I'm going back to some emotions here. And so I feel like a lot of what's coming out with your body and some of the sickness is attached to some emotions. So it's really taking inventory on some of that going on. What are some emotions attached to that? Is there anxiety? Is there depression? Is there PTSD? Those things attach inside our bodies and create illnesses because we're not dealing with the root problems like that. So that's kind of what Spirit is bringing in with the health. What are you seeing, Karen?
Well, I was watching when you were saying that, like, I think it's awesome and you're doing an excellent job. And I just watched people getting like your children. If there was something from your past that you had done, your children getting upset. Can you hear me?
Yes, no, we can.
Okay. Yeah. And the past is in the past. Okay. You can't change it. You can't fix it, and you can't make it up. The only thing you can do is live for today and be better today. So what I watched while Debbie was talking was you going like this, going, I'm so sorry for all of that, and to keep apologizing back there. And you can't, it's done. So just keep walking forward. Know that you're okay. Like I said, I kind of heard Debbie, but all they told me was muscle memory. So your body holds muscle memories. When those memories are coming out, yeah, I think that's what Debbie said, and I want to back that up. So yeah, that's what I heard. But you got a cheerleading squad behind you, and they say that you can do this, and you will do fearlessly in this. Just keep believing in yourself, and don't let yourself get down about it. Okay?
Exactly, and that's where your mom came in again and was showing me with her hands on your shoulders. You got this. And Paulette says it's hard to stay sober. Yes, it is, especially when those emotions are still attached to things, and it feels much better to be numb than to deal with all that stuff. Paulette, do you have a support system that's helping you? Because I see a lot of we have the star, and that's bringing in the hope. You have the moon, and that's bringing in that intuition. It also is bringing in the phases of the moon, and then the bear is bringing that empowerment in for you. So that's kind of what I'm seeing for you, love. All right. And I just continue to surround yourself with people who be positive into your life, and also work through some of the PTSD stuff that needs to be looked at, is what I'm hearing and seeing. So you no longer have to try to okay, she doesn't like to go to AA meetings. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get out there and put yourself out there. I'm wondering if there's some kind of support that you could find, just a smaller knit it would have to be online these days just because the way it is. So see if you can do an online AA, right? Karen, there must be something like that.
I would think so. I mean, there's got to be some different support group. You have got to, you've got to find a support group that is truly going to understand and truly can really, they show me people sitting across from me, and these people are like, well, you did this and you did that, and they're your support system. But then this person really understands sitting over there what you really. So you gotta find a different support. You gotta find something, and please, whatever, if it's spiritual, if it's religious, if it's whatever it is, there's got to be a different support system. You have to have someone outside of your family circle who can support you through this, even if it's a Facebook thing. Even if it's a Facebook thing.
There's private rooms, on Facebook too that do this. And then you have answered prayer here. So with this card coming up, I see that your prayers are going to be answered. But again, and then they're just showing me again that other card that dropped in for you, the King of Wands, and that's you have to take action for yourself. You are the one that creates your life. What do you want your life to look like? You're the one that creates it. And so you are empowered to do that.
You got this. You can do it.
Yeah, she said, it was like that in rehab. Didn't want to tell my story. And they said I was so stoic and I couldn't read myself. I couldn't believe. I couldn't. They tried to help her, but it was too hard. Yeah. Her granddaughter keeps her going, she said.
Head east on South Yosemite Street towards.
And so that's who you want to, that's who you call that. Sometimes it's too hard to fight for yourself at the beginning. Your granddaughter's there to help you fight for you. Okay. And so we are all collectively in this group together in this chat room, sending you lots of love and support. And we will continue to send that to you as you move forward in this journey. And but Paulette, I just saw so much. There's so much positive here for you. I know that there's that struggle, and the world's in chaos right now. So it's like you're getting it from every side. But there was so much positive here. There's that, which tells me you have a lot of fight in you. You have that empowerment. You have that power to do and move forward. So we love you. I would
agree.
Okay.
So we're close to the reservoir getting our directions.
I'm going to put this up so you can see what people are saying, Paulette. So look to the screen, Paulette, because people are saying stuff. And then
I just want to say how much I love our family, our tribe. We're so supportive with each other, which is an awesome thing.
And here's another message for you. And this is actually from Janae, even though it says Ray. Okay, and then there's an amen. Can I get an amen? I love it. Okay. Blessings, Paulette. You're welcome. All right, so our next person is Positive. So Positive, if you want to go ahead and throw up your question, we will get started. And there we go. Here it is. Positive. My uncle, Eddie, grief over the loss of his mother consumes him. Her birthday is today, and she's been coming to him in dreams. What messages does she have for him? Thank you. So, uncle's mother.
So when I read this earlier, oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, that's the other way. So when I read this question earlier, I literally got Mom going, well, yeah, I'm right here. You know, I'm right here going over there, and I've got his back, and I need him to know that I'm with him all the time. Like, there's no separation. She wants you to know she's there. Even though she can't be there, she's there. And so that's the first thing when I was scrolling earlier on the thing. So she is there. That was her. That was completely her. And the reason why she comes in his dreams is because that's when his brain is shut off.
Mm-hmm. I see her. She's showing me kind of sitting down, and she seemed to kind of, when she was here, she liked to keep busy. And I'm seeing her kind of, you know, busily doing something, but she always found time to kind of sit down and have a glass of iced tea and chit chat and catch up on things. But I see her as always a little bit of a nervous energy, possibly. But yeah, I see her sitting down and having that glass
that's tight
of iced tea and wanting to hear it out, hear the whole situation. And she still is there. She's saying, I'm still there. I'm still doing that, even though you can't see me, of course. But to really continue to talk to her, and so now she's saying, I want to find things to be joyful about. Look around, find things to be joyful about, because it's so easy. It's almost like he gets distracted so easily from things that used to bring him joy, just aren't doing that anymore for him. And she says he needs to really take some time to open that area back up in his life and his heart. Because she said that things that used to bring him joy just don't anymore, because he's sad, I guess. So obviously he's sad. So she wants him to look for new things that can bring him joy, and that will help kind of guide him towards the right path as far as his healing goes and his ability to move forward. Yeah, she said yes. She's busy drinking tea. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that up. Okay. So I'm putting that up because people on Facebook can't see these the messages people are writing. So I'm going to try to put those up. So so the next question here is, he wants to know, does she forgive him?
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, when people just in general, when people cross over, they are coming from that higher perspective, and what she's saying, no regrets. And you look at life, you look at things much differently, and you can see the whole picture, And so she's saying no regrets, nothing but love. And what else? What else specifically would you like to tell him?
So I kind of heard that.
She's like, no time for regrets. And she's like in the garden picking flowers. She's like, no. Stop. Okay, go ahead, Karen.
Well, and there's an understanding too. I mean, there really is an understanding of, like, I can see why that had to happen. I can see why. It's just like what she's showing me is like, they're showing me my sister actually, where she had all this stuff happen to her, and that's just the life choice that she made. So she's like, I understand, I get it, it's okay, don't worry about it. And she just keeps doing this number like, just brush this off, it's okay. So that's what I get from her. But she doesn't care. I wish she doesn't care. Sorry, I'm gonna put you down, my hair's being all goofy. And I can't tie it in a knot anymore. It's too short to tie it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Let's see if I can. That's how short it is now.
Oh, yeah. Cut a lot off.
You go through traumatic stuff. You just chop your hair off.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's find out if she's going to give some signs. Well, she does, but you have to understand the place that for him, for you, you'd be able to positive. You'd be able to, like if something happened, you'd go, "Oh, Grandma," you'd know it was her. For him, I feel like he's so deep in the grief here that. That's why it's in dreams, so far. But she definitely does. Okay, so now I'm seeing like coins or pennies, so it could be something like that. But yes, look for signs. She's saying that she's tried all different ways, like even with lights. She's tried with banging
keys.
And then coins as well. So, but until he's ready to even look for that, he may miss it. But they are there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She even showed me hummingbirds.
Perfect. She's just showing me that she's talking to you now, positive. She's like, okay, no, it's almost like what she was showing me is like you getting on in a car or on a bike, but she first showed me you on a bike and then she showed me you in a car and she's like, come on, honey, you need to get going, do your life. Go on. And that's kind of what she was saying for you. But anyway.
She's quite the little cheerleader.
She really is. She really is. All right. We'll be sending some healing.
There's the water.
Healing for you all, but for your uncle.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to ask for him. So it's her favorite. It's her favorite bird is the hummingbird.
That's why. Yeah.
Okay, so that's her.
That's her with the hummingbirds, and especially the ones that stay for a little while. Like she's showing me that some will come in, flitter, drink, and go. But these ones will specifically stay around for a little bit. And it seems like she's showing me, like literally this morning, when one just zoomed by me, that's what she's showing me. Like I get really close to the windows so you can hear me. And yeah, that one's pretty cool. So yeah, hummingbirds. Yay.
Yay. Yay.
I got to remember this was no. Okay.
Okay. All right. Blessings to you, positive. And we are moving on to who's next. All right. So Karen is frozen, and we probably will lose her soon because she is going to her class, but we are on. Oh, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
I can hear you, but you're frozen. All right. YOLO. Yes, and Brian is thank you, Brian. Okay, so yeah, YOLO, if you want to go ahead and post your question and we will check into that. So YOLO, if you are still on. The reason I'm clicking on some of these is because our beautiful group on Facebook can't see these, can't see the feed. So I'm not hearing from YOLO. So should we move on to the next?
I think so.
Okay, so the next person is Kim. Kim, if you're still here. All right, here's Kim's question. And Karen is frozen, but we will continue. All right, so Kim's question is, would love to know if there is anything my guides would like for me to know. So much energy going on that I can't really pinpoint one question. I hear you on that, Kim. There is just so much noise right now. All right. Did you hear the question?
Yeah, I can hear you guys perfect. Okay. So that's exactly what's going on, Kim, is this new normal that we have going on. And just okay, so the way that my guides show me is, just think of it this way. If every time one of us call yourselves whatever you want to call yourselves, healers, light bearers, something with the eyes, they say, whatever those kids were with the eyes. Anytime anybody gets lit up, the energy starts going crazy. It starts going really good. But then when crap hits the fan and then it starts going bad again, it starts crashing. And so we're up and down, all of us, everybody. And it's so hard to put our finger on the energy. So one of the things they said is, this is the new normal. This truly is the new norm. Some of you guys are waking up at 2 and 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. And the reason why that's going on is because that's the perfect time to manifest. That's the perfect time to quiet your brain and do those things. So understand that in those ups and downs, try not to look outside yourself. Just kind of look inside yourself and, be really centered about who you are and what you're feeling and how you're doing things. Because that's going to be the most important thing right now. Because they say trying to look outside yourself with all this hot ass mess going on is going to be horrid. It's just not going to happen.
And I, what I was being shown for you, Kim, was you had found yourself like a private little. I look this way. Sorry, because I'm seeing the video right here. But I see you, and you find yourself a little peaceful, quiet place, and you're being purpose. You're having to all of a sudden be purposed about what used to come naturally for you, and now you have to be purposed about doing it and creating that time. And I can see you just kind of journaling and meditating and in prayer, lighting that candle or whatever that practice is for you, and you're writing and you're spending purposeful time. You're creating that time purposefully.
You're saying that light switch. Create that light switch.
Yeah. Yes.
So.
And go ahead.
Well, creating that light switch just means to, when I first started, I was really scared about being my aunt that couldn't have a conversation with just any regular person. She had to read them. And so I wanted to have separation there. So I created a light switch, which was sage, and then incense, and then listening to 70s rock. And so anytime I did any sort of, I know it's funny, huh? Anytime I did any sort of thing with spirituality or anything like that, I basically turned around and made it so that I would do that first, then I would read, then I would do things. And that way I wasn't just turning on every single time. Does that make sense? So that's what they're saying, is create that light switch so that, sorry guys, I'm just getting ready for my class, but create that light switch so that you have that. And then you can kind of really focus on the energy when you need to. It's not just happening just willy-nilly. It actually has a purpose to turn on. It actually has a purpose there. So that's what they're saying, light switch.
So, and she said, so true. I always wake up at 3:30 a.m. And and she's also, everything that I said, that she's doing those things, purposed about creating that time. And it's like, when am I going to open my intuition? When is she's been working on it for so long, and when is that going to happen for me? Well, and I do see that. I do see that, there's the Nine of Swords. That's you up at 3:30 in the morning. You have all this noise, all this stuff going on. Go ahead, Karen, you had something to say.
No, it's okay.
Okay. And but I also, lots of swords going on here, Kim. I'm curious, but you have a lot of swords in this reading. But here's the Eight of Swords, and that's something that it's kind of like that what is that called? That barrier that you have around you is kind of you can get out of that. This is you're battling yourself here. Right? And then you have the Queen of Swords. So here you go. This is what it looks like. This is why I'm saying all these swords. So, and then you have the Queen of Swords. And this is kind of the action area, the advice. And that's standing in your truth. What do you want? What do you want to see? Again, it seems to be a pattern. You know how when we read, Karen, there seems to be patterns throughout everybody's readings, but today's no different. And here we have the Queen of Swords, and that's standing in your truth. That's making your path. The Queen of Swords is action oriented as well. Stands up for herself. I see that, and then you have the Knight of Wands. And that is the action. That's taking action towards what you want to see in your life. I feel like also, is there some Kim, is there some health issues going on as well? Or are you worried about someone in your life with some health issues?
A male.
Hi guys.
Hi,
So
Auntie.
I'm just talking to Kim, and I just posted I asked her a question. Not that I know of. Okay. Okay, so maybe it's
Well,
not health. Oh, go ahead.
And I wanted to go back what she was saying, which is, when's it going to happen? When am I going to? And I think the thing is, first and foremost, don't compare yourself to other people. That's one of the hardest things to do. You know, and I say this, you know, all my brothers and sisters have different gifts. I mean, these ones, my spiritual family, you know, some have, you know, like I will use light language because I'm still trying to wrap my brain around that one. But you know, some have it and some don't, but I can't compare myself to Debbie, or I can't compare myself to people that I've met. I just can't do that, because then you know, as the word that I keep hearing is, then I cheapen myself. So I've just got to be acknowledging what I can do. And when you have those, I always call them spidey senses, the spidey senses to where, oh, for some reason I don't feel like going this way, or I don't feel like driving this way, and then all of a sudden you find out that there was an accident there or something like that. That's your spidey senses. You know, if you can acknowledge those little tiny things, then like put sunscreen on so you don't burn. If you can acknowledge those little tiny things and say, thank you, give me more, then you get more, and it'll come. But they're saying don't compare yourself. And it's going to come when it happens, but you're getting more than you actually think you do. You've just got to find the language in it. And so what I would really suggest is on Tuesday, this has been another thing that's coming up. If you don't mind writing this down for me, Debbie, because all I got sunscreen is Tuesdays. Yeah, Tuesday's healing has to be with connection, and the connection to the way that people's guides speak to them. Does that make sense? Because I know you were going to read Tuesdays, right?
What?
You were like, what?
Oh,
you were going to. Yeah.
Gonna,
so if you could do. Yeah, if you could do something like that to kind of add that in there, or I can do a separate one. Doesn't really matter. So
with the connection. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah, for sure.
And then just so everybody knows, I think I'm going to switch Tuesday to 5 o'clock so we can get used to that schedule, and do Tuesday's healing on my channel at 5. So, but yeah, you've got it. You've got it. It's just learning that language. I'm watching someone speak French in front of me and somebody else speak Arabic, and it's just not going to happen. You know, it's two different language.
And oh my gosh, I'm just so connecting with that for you, Kim. That it's almost like I see you know, trying to take other people's wand, so to speak, and make it your own. And Spirit saying, no, you have your own wand, you have your own giftings. And it's kind of like honing in on directly that, not on somebody else's. I want to go back, Kim, to, I don't need to be freaked out that you're not going to get the COVID. This is the cards I was looking at when I said, is there some kind of health thing going on? Because we have the tree, the man here in the middle, and then the book. And so that's like, is there something, you know?
No, I think something's come. I think something's coming, because before I didn't know there was a man there. And when you said, is there something about health? I saw a man over here sitting in front of me. Oh, okay. So it's a male. I don't
Okay.
think they're going to pass. I just think that there's,
Yeah.
I mean, literally this guy just went, ah! Like there's a little health scare. So,
Yeah.
all right, listen, I'm going to let you guys go. I love you all very much.
Okay.
I will see you guys later. Have an
Bye,
awesome
Karen.
day.
Good to
Hi,
see you.
and bye. You too. I'm so sorry. I'm going to miss you guys. I'm like, no.
I know.
I begged and pleaded. They came.
So, all right, guys. Love you all. See you later.
Love
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Sorry, we
so-
look like twins right now.
We're kind of embarrassed about it because we were not in the same room.
We haven't
together.
seen each other all day. And then this is how we came out. So we're just
I
going
love
with
it.
it.
It's quite awesome. I love it. It's so good to see you. I want to squish you both. I miss you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's just paradise here.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so this is Carissa and Sierra. For those of you who have not met them, this is Sierra, my daughter, and Carissa, her roomie.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
And they've done a few lives with us, and they did a special one when Venus was doing her thing. Yes, Paulette. Yes, this is my daughter, Sierra. Wave, Sierra.
Hi.
You guys look just alike. So.
I know.
Which one? Yeah, Paulette says, I knew it. Yeah. So Paulette is on Facebook. And for some reason, it's not showing in the feed that you guys can see. So that's why I'll be putting I'll be putting up some messages so the Facebook people can see.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Paulette says hi to you, Sierra.
Hi, Paulette.
You've met her before. I worked at the hospital with her. So. All right. So we are on to our next person. And I forget who is next.
We have a bunch of new decks we're using today.
Oh,
so.
yay. I'm excited to see them. Oh, it's Manish. Okay. Manishka is next. And here's the question. What are true feelings of Mayank towards me? This has been on and off situation, and we are friends. It has been 4 years. Okay. Thank you, Manishka.
Oh, I have a good spread we can do.
Awesome. And I just want to, Kim, if you're still on here, I'm sorry. I feel like we kind of transitioned a little harsher than normal. So I just want you to know that we are sending you light and love. And again, the cards that were pulled, the Lenormand cards showing kind of like that tree and the man in the book, it's kind of like, I didn't get a horrible feeling about it either. Just maybe a possibility that someone may have something come up for them. So I will be sending lots of light and love towards that situation because it wasn't quite clear, was it? But anyways, blessings to you, Kim, and thank you for your question. And now Manishka. Okay. So I'm kind of what I'm being shown for Mayank. I see him as I see them I'm not going to say him. I see them as kind of a real kickback, and they just kind of do life, and they love and they live, and they find joy in most things, and they're just a happy-go-lucky type is what I'm sensing. And but let's take a look at your question more specifically. I'm going to go ahead and use this deck. Okay. So I feel like I'm not seeing it be anything. I didn't get any big love cards or anything. Did you guys get any big love cards? Yeah, no. And
No.
I'm seeing that there will be like you're bummed about that, but there is that friendship, there is that friendship that's solid, the solid friendship there. But I do feel like with the Two of Wands here, it's almost like looking outwards, but not inwards to this relationship. I feel like it's that I didn't get any of the big love cards. But that friendship seems pretty solid.
Yeah, we got the same. It seems like her energy is, you're holding on to it, Manishka, and it's hot. Like you always are trying to focus on like what you kind of want from it, but it's hard for you not to see that it's like, the negative aspects or like what you don't have with the relationship with him. But that, like, he brings like this real fullness of energy to it, which can be somewhat misleading because he does love you and you are like the forefront of his energy. But he's just really in the flow. He's in the flow of your relationship, which seems to be really like creative in nature, almost like the Eight of Pentacles is the composite of your energy. So like
you guys could do great business together or something like that.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't totally seem like a love thing. And yeah, like maybe you're in the same friend group or social group. And that like brings a lot of excitement and positivity to your life.
Yeah, it seems like you guys are in a good group of a social circle that brings, like she said, just total enlightenment and happiness, and so it feels really full and complete and good. But as far as feelings, I think it's just like a really full friendship, like a meaningful friendship is what we're seeing. Oh, they're in the same field. Yeah. So that's definitely coming up here. And then for like insight on the situation we asked.
Yeah, it kind of seems like this is something that you're going to have to like go internal and see kind of like why you're searching for something outside of yourself. Like he would never be able to like bring you everything that you want. And I think with it being a business relationship, like it seems like a lot of fun because it's like you're not allowed to do that. But like once you ever did it, it probably wouldn't be that fun. So
Yeah.
the cards are saying to just like focus on yourself, appreciate what this like relationship brings to your life, but it's not like the love match.
Yeah, and don't go external with it because it'll bring like some negative frustrations in your what's really working right now as it is. So don't, and then like focus on that inner balance, that mind, body, spirit you have going on, and don't focus out there with it, on him, on that relationship so much. But it's good.
Yeah. Finding that positive. I love it. But yeah, I threw some more cards, and it is showing that you're kind of bummed about this. Is bringing you in there right there. So I wanted to know more about that for you, a message for you, because of kind of that feeling of feeling bummed about it. And so the message coming in here with these cards, with the Five of Swords.
We got that.
Yeah. So you're feeling kind of like, almost like you were taken advantage of then in this relationship, like you've been strung along. So that's kind of the feeling of that.
Mm-hmm.
You're not seeing that it's going to be happening into something. And that's kind of the feeling of being taken advantage of almost. But with that, you have the Page of Swords and the Three of Wands. So it's almost like, okay. And it's kind of like what Sierra and Chris were talking about. It's like, this is your life. What do you want to see happen? Where do you want, you take charge. Take charge of your love life. Take charge of what you want to see happen and put it in place, you know?
Yeah, I can see the mixed signals, Manishka, here, because he's going with the flow, and you do have some chemistry, and you're on like in his consciousness for sure, and he brings a lot of life, and he's not intentionally doing that.
He speaks the language of the feminine.
Yeah,
it's
and
like what I'm getting.
Oh my gosh, yes, Carissa, because when that first vision that came in for me, Manishka, was of him, and he's kind of sitting back. He was almost in female clothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he's just that's just kind of who he is, and he just brings that to people. And it's almost like I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some feminine part of him, that female energy. But yeah, right? You guys laughing at me.
Yeah, we're just laughing at you.
That's good.
But no, I was getting the same thing, that he's just totally in tune with the feminine side of himself, which can be really appealing if like you're used to emotionally unavailable people.
Yes,
but then I say that, I'm like, and it can also present in this form, like he can be in touch with his feminine and then also emotionally unavailable.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Absolutely. All right. So I think the message just to kind of take away is kind of start,
Yeah, we got this following that energy. So the sun through the clouds. So after the Five of Swords, just kind of breaking through that, those feelings of being stuck in that situation mentally, because you are sort of focusing your energy there a bit. So coming through that, and then is the roses, the flowers in the Lenormand, which I see as just like that message of love, and it's coming from you, like, and seeking out that, like, you're gonna just open up the field a bit for yourself, but yeah, not so much love there with him.
But the last card for you is answered prayer. So it's almost like, you know, again, bringing you back into that space of how do you want to see life, putting that message out when you are praying or manifesting and meditating. It's putting that out and getting back what you do, what you really desire, what you really deserve in a relationship and with somebody. Okay.
And I think that's with these flowers and the sun, you're gonna get what you want, what you deserve, and what you want. It's just how to go about this in a way that's gonna be healthy and balanced for you.
Yeah. Teresa, thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit, and blessings to you. So, Manishka, we want to bless you with that, and stand strong, and you're in charge of your life, okay? You're in charge. Okay, so I think the next person, Bella. Bella, if you are still here, go ahead and put up your question. And Paulette, we have so many people on the list that we are just doing one question right now. So, but we'll be back on, and we if you look in the description, if you go back into the Facebook where you can see what I wrote, Paulette, I'm looking at my phone like you're there because she's on Facebook. You can see the different times we go live and the different channels. So we are on 3 times a week. You can catch us again. Okay. General reading from Spirit. May I have a general reading from Spirit, please? Yes, Bella. Okay. Yes, let's get Freebird Spirit to 1,000 subscribers.
How many are you at?
Like 8. It should be right around 840 right now.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, so getting there. As soon as I'm at 1,000, we're going to do a giveaway. So we're going to give away a deck of cards, a mala beads, and some third eye symbol earrings.
Amazing.
Yeah, so
almost there. So close.
All right. Okay, so I'm getting the word transcendence for you, and I know that that was part of the message coming in today, the transcendence and collective harmony. So, but I'm getting the word transcendence for you, and I'm seeing you kind of up on a cloud, just kind of in that meditative and knowing place. I hear the word knowing. So that's beautiful. Let's see what Spirit's bringing in with the cards for you today. It's like you're getting out above the noise. Yeah. I have the 10 of Cups here, bringing in that just you're surrounded. You're in a good space. You're surrounded with love. There's joy coming in there. And the Queen of Swords, this is you. So usually you're, this is the queen who's really stands in her truth. She's not afraid to speak her truth. And guide and lead and be that person in power and keeping people in that. But you have the challenge here with the Four of Cups crossing it. So there's something that's kind of got you down. So I'm going to check more into that. But there is movement. So you're mirrored. You have that 10 of Cups and it's mirroring with the 8 of Wands there. So there's some things in your moving in your directions, very positive, that's going to make some changes within.
Yeah, we have some changes also, like a couple cards representing that, but the space right now feels really good. Like we got the 9 of Pentacles for the main energy card, which is,
oh yeah,
she's in full harvest, like she's reaping what she's sowed, like all the work she's done, and is just in such a positive place of, and not only like fulfillment externally, but just like full resolve internally also. You're just in such a good resonant place, and that's all you, like you've done that, like you brought yourself to this place. And above that is the snake. So just like, I think in your awareness is this just fierceness, like there's a ferocity there that you are aware of, that you're trying to really bring balance to and know when to use our feminine like assertion, and just like when to move forward with that.
Yes, I like that.
But like underlying all this is the ship, which is like change and life journey. So you're on that journey strong right now, and like you're aware of that, spiritual and physical. And then following that, we got this transition snake, the snake who's shedding skin. So a real like transformative time. Like my mom got that word, right? Is that what it was? Yeah. It's full transformation following this period right now. And then the anchor with that. So just a groundedness with what you know and what you've learned along the whole way.
Yeah. And if there is like any heaviness or like, something on your heart, I think that it is having to do with like you coming to this completion in your life.
Yes.
Like, how good it's been, how good you've done. And there's always like a little bit of fear when we are told that it's time to take the next step. And then I also got participation. So yeah, just like accept anybody's help that is willing to be there. That's how you move through this transition.
And being present with what's happening around you, like to the fullest, so that, because that brings so much of that completion too, like just being aware and fully present in all the things happening around you, whatever it is, the daily little things, the people, like there's so much fullness in all of those that we receive by like being fully with them.
Right. Like participation just isn't human. You're like, or an active participant in
like you're essential
all of life.
And I just want to show you this as well. When we were talking about, that movement, that new movement coming in, I wanted to show you. Oh. So that's new. That's new movement. That's new information. That's new insight. And, it kind of brings us back to the beginning where they were showing me you up in that clouds, in that knowing place. And within that knowing place, within that being still, like you said, be still, still your mind, still your mind. In that place, that's where this stuff comes in. Okay. That's where that will just kind of do that download, that dumping in.
Yeah, I think like Carissa was touching on like some sort of heaviness and fear around this, and it's hard to see because it's so good at the space, the energy, and all the work you've been doing. But there is like maybe a desire to break free of something a little bit more even for you in your soul and your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And that there's from a situation or belief that you feel is limiting, and just releasing fear around these things. Just because, I don't know, I feel like in a way you're protecting your soul for some reason by remaining anchored and not allowing yourself to fully transform like you deserve to or should.
You can see her. She's got her arms crossed. She's definitely protecting herself in this picture.
Yeah.
And she's focused on some things that may have disrupted her before. And so it's kind of blocking her from really being open, like you said, to that new stuff, or, anyways,
Yeah.
Coming in. All right. So that is, I'm going to pull an angel card for you as well, but Bella, the fear, yeah. Ooh. So that's kind of where you want to look at that. You want to look at that.
And don't be afraid. Like, you have the feminine fierceness there, and you've learned when to use that.
So the angel card that came in for you is truth and integrity. And I feel like you know what that means for you, Bella, but I want to just add to it that that part of standing in that place that Sierra and Carissa are talking about, that femininity, that strong place, that's standing in that truth. And that absolutely goes along with you here. That's a match. So staying in your truth, important. And the truth is, fear is, what's that acronym? Carissa, do you know the acronym for fear?
Man.
False evidence, appearing real.
Oh, you got it. You pulled it out.
I did.
False what?
Evidence appearing real.
Yeah.
That's good. I've never heard that.
All right. So blessings to you, Bella. Keep us posted. I'm excited for you. Stay in that knowing, that place, that transcendence, that collective harmony place. Okay. Next we have Gaurav, I believe. Gaurav, if you're still here, you can go ahead and drop your message in, or your question. And then after Gaurav, we have Janae, which is who is actually Ray, or Ray, who's actually Janae. So Ray will be, her question will be next. Okay. Just want to make sure. Yeah. So it's Gaurav, Janae, then Angel, then Shani, Brian, Priyanka, Swati, and then the list is closed. You're welcome, Bella. Okay. And here's the question. I'm doing a professional course called Company Secretary. Will I be successful in this profession? And Gaurav is a male, and he is 22. I'm going to use these cards for Gaurav. You know, I see Gaurav, and I just, you know, they're showing, I'm seeing this little video of you or whatever in my mind or whatever they're showing me. And you're just really pleasant. People like to be around you. And you get things done. And I see that as very positive as far as in whatever you do. You'll be that person that people, it's almost like they don't have to worry because they know that you're going to get it done when they give you something to do or whatever. In whatever job you do, you'll be that guy that they don't have to worry about because you get it done. So that's really positive to bring to any type of job. But I'm going to throw some cards for this particular profession. Professional course called profession. Yeah. Okay. I do feel like this is going to be a stepping stone for you. Is that kind of what you guys are seeing? I see it almost like a stepping stone that's going to get you to a new, even a better place.
Yeah, that's what we got too. Like, he is feeling kind of unsure about it right now, but it is the next step. It's exactly what you're saying. It's going to help him like tune into what his actual dream is.
Yeah.
And
Right now, like, you know, you're just taking the journey of life right now. Like, you know, you're making a decision, and that you're still a little bit like, is this the right thing for me? Yeah. That's the energy you're bringing to it right now. But in pursuing it, yeah, we're seeing that you're going to really be able to see what is good for you in it. And then in the completion of it is the King of Wands. So following that pursuit of when it's gonna open up and kind of become more clear, because you have like aligned yourself with heart, like with what is gonna make your heart overflow, and like in the completion of that journey.
And the King of Wands is exactly who they were showing me you are. They were showing me you as that King of Wands, and you definitely want to be that king. Everybody wants a King of Wands working with them because you get stuff done. and you're reliable and you're creative and you make it happen. And so that's exactly who they were showing me you as. So no matter where you're at, and being in that King of Wands energy is awesome.
Yeah, in pursuing this, like, I'm seeing that you're gonna be shown like a lot of things aligned with your heart, like good heart alignment. You're gonna be shown that, like, you're literally gonna have these options before you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, yeah, really get to come into who you are from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like these are all just beautiful stepping stones in you coming into what you where you're becoming, right? So you have see, you're building in the Seven of Pentacles, you're like building your harvest. So you're building up to get to the place where you can go, okay, it's all in place now and I'm going to get going. So that's kind of the season you're in, and you're building that up. And that's the key, is getting that that foundation in. If you're going to have a harvest that keeps giving, it's really tilling that ground and making that really healthy first, and spending the time there. Where you think, oh, well, I want to be here. Well, not really, because that ground has to be really good ground to really produce what you want, or it's just going to wilt and go away. But I do see that it's going to take you places. So just keep dreaming, keep making it happen. You are that King of Wands.
Yeah, definitely. Like, keep that passion and energy that's naturally comes from you. Like, feed that, because it's going to bring you all these like magical things, and the things that you are most innately drawn to and desiring, like a little bit of wonder and magic for sure.
Mm-hmm. So to answer your question, Gaurav, this is a great thing for you to be doing, this profession thing. This what I forgot what it was called, but it's a great stepping stone.
It's a great path. Yeah. Like, I would say it's taking you great places.
Yes. All right. Blessings, Gaurav. Thanks for hanging out with us today. All right. So now we are with Ray.
It's really, in that pursuit.
Who's really Janae. So let's go. Let us see. I'm going to find. Here's the question. Okay. So this is really Janae, guys. So it's not Ray.
Okay.
And yeah. Okay. And so why is that? Since there's more to the question. The first part of the question. We'll start with the first part. My daughter has been having spiritual guides surrounding her, but now is seeing numbers and white owls. Okay, so why is that? Since she was young, she could see and hear spirit. But Debbie, if you remember, she was spirit. Yeah, so yes. She was spiritually attacked, so I have asked her to ignore, but she is older and reopened. Okay.
So it's basically two questions. The first one is, why is she seeing numbers and owls?
So she's seen white owls and the sequent numbers, and it's almost like it. When you start seeing the numbers like that, it's kind of like, okay, so it's Spirit's asking you to pay attention, right? So we see a lot of you see 1111 or 811 or 611, 911. We see those 11s. That's an example. And from what I understand, it's like it's just like it brings you into of awareness of spirit, right? And we do pay attention. We're like, oh, you saw 1111 again. What does that mean? So that brings you into that awareness, right? And so when you start seeing the numbers, I feel like spirit is just kind of bringing in that she's now old enough to understand and start learning, and not being afraid, and know how to protect herself, with bubbling up, and protect herself from any type of spiritual attacks.
Yeah, Sierra just pulled the Page of Swords, so
Yeah.
like she is old enough. It's like she can test her skills and her power now. Like she can start working to develop that.
Yeah, like it's her time. She's turning. Yeah.
And from a safe place too.
Yeah. And the owls it's bringing in that, it's from owls bring in that wisdom, that deep ancient wisdom. So and awareness. Owls can see things. They were just showing me, how an owl turns it seems like turns its head all around. It's like having that vision and insight before it's coming from all sides. So that's good. Yeah, so they definitely, it's better to, at this point, Janae, to help her not ignore anymore, because it still will come in no matter what. And it's kind of like it's now time to bring that empowerment to her. This is her life. She can have control over this. It doesn't have control over her, so to speak. Okay. And this is the initial energy coming in. You have the Queen of Swords, and that's her standing in her truth. And the bear as well there, and that's in her own empowerment. This is the time to teach her her own empowerment, and using truth and words and speaking truth.
Is there a male involved? Like, is there a male like in her life that is very involved around her?
Yeah. So Janae, the question is, because I have that question too, because I have the Five of Swords. So there's someone who's not a good influence.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing here as well, but I don't want to, overstep if that's not the case.
Well, I'm seeing it too here. So
yeah, it's showing that with those owls, that's what I'm pulling. I specifically asked about the owls, and was given that the 10 of swords, and then underneath that is the male, and above is the mice. So just that, like, there's an undermining of her energy and some real intense, actually, emotional pain happening within her center that's kind of impeding her ability to enter her own garden and her own center piece of beauty. And those owls are there, kind of like I literally pulled the owls too in that whole spread.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's following that whole energy is them. And so
Yeah, they could be like protectors.
they could be protectors or trying to communicate that wisdom and having her apply it, right? Like apply it to what she's receiving as this information comes.
And that kind of also, brings it back to paying attention. When you start seeing those numbers, it's like Spirit saying, pay attention, trying to get your attention here. So, yeah. So, Janae, I don't see her answering. Are you still with us, Janae? Okay. She might have been booted off.
She can rewatch it, right?
Yeah, she can rewatch it, but so I'm sending her
Gabriel Wands, I think.
okay. Well, then she will watch it. She can fast forward it and stuff. But I just want to say, here's something she's going to need to work on, Janae. Whoever this influence is in her life, she needs to be aware of this because he's going to.
Yeah, she needs to say no.
Say no. Just say no with that one.
Have that courage because it is kind of blocking her from her own power. But pulled the 7 of Gabriel, there she is, like standing up and flying high in that storm. So, yeah.
Yeah, so super important. So to recap, when you relook at this, I didn't plug in, that's why. Okay, so to recap, she's seen the owls, she's seen the sequence of numbers, and that is to pay attention, make wise choices right now, and just say no. All right. So I hope that helps, Janae. And if I guess, because she's not answering the question. But anyways, so we are going to be praying for her, and also as she says, here. I'm here. Okay. Did you hear the question? Either way, Janae, I guess we'll just, I wanted to pull an angel card for her too, but does that make sense? Is this resonating at all? That's the question we need to know. Because that's kind of, we all got the kind of same thing. There must be like this huge delay. And I did forget to I totally forgot to plug in to the internet thing here. So it could be a huge delay.
I mean, I think she'll get the message.
And I'm going to leave it with this. We have the harmony card. So there, I really, and that's the angel of harmony coming in. And I really feel like this is a season. Yeah, I think you're right, positive. I think this is a season of growth, and that will bring that harmony in. Sorry, I can talk, I promise. Sending you lots of love, Janae, and hugs. Okay, so next we have, I can look back.
I love the smell of the new deck.
Yes. Carissa, do you ever walk in on her and she's smelling the cards?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like discreet or anything like that.
But it's become like a ritual. Even like when we do tarot with the kids, they all want to smell before we pull.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, you got the round ones. I love those.
Yeah. I got it in
I
Santa
love
Fe.
those.
We should use them.
Okay, so Angel, you're next. If you're still here, go
They're so
ahead and throw your
complicated.
question.
Oh, because of the directional thing? Well,
Angel, then
for
Shawnee.
the live, we can be like, no
Oh, right.
direction.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Angel. We have message from my guardian angel about my mission, life purpose. Woo. All right. So before we move on, Janae, we just did your whole reading. You may need to go back and listen to the whole thing. It was for you. We were talking about,
Oh, it was for your daughter.
it was for your daughter. Yeah. You were saying that about the owl and seeing the numbers and all that. So we went through all that. So you may need to go back and rewind and listen to it. Okay. All right. Angel. Okay, so the vision, what I'm being shown here, Angel, is you're like on a ship and you have one of those old, like, what do you call it? Looking things, or what are those called? I can't believe I can't remember what that's called. Telescope thing, but you know, when you hold it. And the thing about these ones is they really narrowed down the scope of what you could see, but bringing it into focus, hyper focus. That's the word I'm looking for. But anyways, that's what I'm seeing you doing. So let's throw some cards and see where that's taking us. All right. Okay. I'm going to do a layered here for you. Okay. Wow. So to start us off, we have the star and the sun together. So really bringing in,
I just wanted to say, ooh.
the, what?
I'm laughing at Sierra. She said, ooh, while we were on mute, and then I unmuted, and she was like, oh, I just wanted to say, ooh.
Because those are such a beautiful
Combination right there, right?
Yeah.
So, gosh, we need to know a little bit more about that. But, you know, the star is, that's, you know, being surrounded by the angels, and you're asking for that guardian. What is your guardian angel bringing for you today? The message from, and this means you're surrounded by the guardian angels, and bringing that enlightenment. It's also, what is it that you're manifesting? What is it that you hope for? What is it that you need in your life for balance? It's bringing in all those things. It's a hope fulfillment, a wish fulfillment, and then coupled with the sun, it's a wow. It's like it's wide open, and that light is just. I can't seem to find the words to emphasize how awesome this is, but okay. And then in the middle here, we have the Judgment card, which is bringing in that transformation, okay, that rebirth, transformation. So you may have noticed that you may have been going through some transformation feeling, you know, like metamorphosis, you know, like you're in a cocoon and you've been busting out of the cocoon and feeling some of that struggle. So you're coming out of that, and that rebirth is happening, bringing in a new focus for you here. And then the action or the advice card you have here with the Ace of Pentacles with the ship. So there's some movement and security coming in, a new offer of some type of security for you. So what do you guys have anything that kind of resonates with any of this?
Yeah, so we did like a past, present, future, just to like give a journey of you know what her mission or life purpose is. And the past, we got the Ace of Cups, so there was this like newfound like love or like newfound connection to spirit or something like that. And then presently we have the Five of Wands. So there is likely some sort of transformation that is happening through like conflict. But we're seeing that like that's going to be cut away, like that she's not going to deal with that anymore. And then she has the Four of Pentacles or the Four of Discs in this new mother piece that I got.
Oh, I love those.
And that one is gaining control of your doorway, who comes in and who stays out. And
we felt like this was energetically attached to what's presently going on for you. Just really knowing what energy serves you and what helps your body to thrive, and your mind and your heart, your entire being.
Yeah, I want to actually show you this one because it's like so intricate. but there is like, you know, this whole struggle happening between like you and a lot of people, but like the result of it, what's between that is the bear. So like you're gonna tap into this like mama bear energy, and because of this experience, be very, very like stern, for good reason, about who you let into your life from here on out.
Yeah. So, and then in that space that we have of the Four of Pentacles, just really being aware of the energy you're allowing in your life and not. There's like I don't know, like a maze, but almost like to find your way to your center and committing to yourself, literally. Like we are seeing a total commitment to your being and the center of your being, and anchoring into your spirit and allowing that to really like take hold. The action card we got with all of that was the Knight of Pentacles, which I felt like kind of matched up with the Ace of Pentacles that you had. And underlying that is that whole journey to you, yourself, your center, your being, really protecting yourself in your energy and knowing that. Transformation is also there. Like it's coming up a lot. And the Knight of Pentacles, I think, is how it's gonna really show up for you in your life, and what you are choosing to do with your life is that dependability, because you're just solid in who you are and what you know and who you know you are. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're like just really dependable and solid because of that. So that's the action spot.
There's a bunch of people that can see you.
Hi, baby.
Shirt on. We're just stay right here.
I miss you.
I miss you too, baby. Thank you for saying hi. Are you gonna help read the cards?
Yes.
You're gonna go get a shirt on first, or are you gonna?
Curl down that way.
There you go.
Yeah. In terms of the reading we were just doing, something that kind of came through was that it did start with the Ace of Cups. And so it was like you tapped into this like feeling of self-love and like how to really nourish yourself, and like had this huge realization around it. And then oftentimes after that happens, there is this like really...
How are you, Krista? You were right.
Screens are opposite. Yeah, there's like a powerful integration that has to happen after that. And so it's like super common for conflict and all of this stuff to come up, but like you're on the path to finding your way back to yourself.
That's right. And just to kind of wrap it up, I pulled 3 angel cards for you, and the center one you have here is listening. So keep on listening. I think I feel like it really goes with this, the listening card. And then and then you got new love and romance. So whatever that means for you, angel, these are your angel cards. So blessings to you. Stay in your strength. and enlightenment, and press forward. It's beautiful. Okay, so I feel like the last reading we did before Janae's reading, I think it must be on such a delay, guys, that
Yeah,
huge delay.
totally.
What?
Sorry
For
about
that person specifically.
Huh?
For it, like the delay is just for
For her.
Janae.
For Janae, so
Yeah.
I don't know. But sorry about that, Janae. So yeah, huge delay.
But
And
yeah, I think it would be her new boyfriend. So whenever you get that.
yeah. So whenever you hear this, Janae, yeah, we do feel it has to do with the new boyfriend. Sending you love and light, Angel. And Shawnee. We have Shawnee, then Brian. You're not plugged in. I'm gonna run plug in my machine, so hopefully, so it won't possibly. It's if it's on my side, I want to make sure that I'm plugged in. Unless, can you plug it in for me? All right. Okay. Let's check into this. My little brother recovered from his illness. King. And okay. All right. Let's check into this for you, Shawnee. So, you know what? I'm sorry, my nose starts itching whenever I tap in, but what I'm seeing for King is that you know, I do see a recovery. It's probably not as fast as everybody would hope, but I do see it, right? So let me go ahead and throw some cards for him. But I do, yeah. Yeah, I feel like he's surrounded with people who are fighting for him. So continue to do that. Like continue to fight for him and his health and being on top of all that. And yeah, continue to fight for him. But I do see. I feel like people wish, obviously, that it's going to happen, that it would happen quicker, so to speak. But are you guys getting anything on that?
Yeah, I see exactly the same thing. Like presently, that's almost vital energy right now. All the people surrounding him, and they're bringing such good spirit to him. It's not like you guys are partying, but there's like a level of positivity surrounding him, which is so vital for him. And then I got, the justice card, but above that is the little girl, and below is the stork. So I see that as just a new health, a new place of being, which is health. And
And I pulled this for him, and it's just kind of try to stay in this energy of trust. And continue.
Followed by the sun too. So just joy and positivity and light, new light. So I do believe he will recover, for sure.
Yes, beautiful. But yes, the encouragement here, Shawnee, is to continue to surround him with that energy and that positive energy, and continue to fight for him. And bring in that trust. So that's beautiful. And we're all, as a community here, going to send him light and love and healing.
Yeah,
for him.
For sure.
Okay, now we're going to move on to what's happening in my love life. I've been single like forever. Let's look at that.
Okay, Carissa started the love reading, so.
Okay. Yay.
So the first card I pulled was just for insight into kind of like what's going on. And I got this friendliness card. And this card is kind of all about like maintaining your own structure, like your own boundaries. And then when you're able to do that, like that's when you can create beauty with another person. And on like the subconscious, what's going on underneath of that, I got the mice. So like there's this like nagging feeling that is like always within you. That
let me just, I just have to step in right here with this mic, because the vision I received before you started trying to just throw it in right here, because it was just like, you can see, not that this is what you're doing, Shawnee, but I see you on those apps and you're like, oh my God, it's like the same old shit out there. And it's like, oh my God, it's like, oh, I'm so sick of this. Like, I need something with more depth, or somebody, like that. It's almost like unconsciously, or you might not even be doing that consciously, but inside you're like, oh my gosh, like again, like the same old. And it's like, it's almost like like needing to turn and look for somebody of more like-mindedness or something like that, but you're running into the same old thing. But that, I had to put it in there, because when the mice showed up, I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so exactly what I was seeing.
Totally. And I got the ship above that card too. So it's like whatever has been coming has just been so like, it comes and goes like swiping. It's just like nothing sustainable, because you're looking for sustainability. Like, you don't totally want to be enmeshed with somebody. You want this like very present, like conscious relationship. Mm-hmm. And then for the insight or the advice, I got the outsider card. So this card is kind of about like childhood wounding, and looking through this fence all of the time and being like, oh my gosh, I wish I could be over there. Like, I wish that I didn't I wasn't so different from everybody. Sierra's laughing because then I pulled these Lenormand cards.
Oh my god.
And then she was
Look,
pulling
and then
Lenormand
I
cards
did the
too.
same ones. Man and
Wow.
fish.
Yeah.
Exact cards.
And so to me, what this said is like, there are plenty of fish in the sea. I'm actually not sure if you're a man or a woman, but
She's
is this her actual picture? I wasn't sure.
I'm not sure.
But
I think she's a woman though.
the advice is kind of like, feel like an outsider, but oh my gosh, that's
You put yourself, you kind of have a tendency to separate yourself from what you rightfully deserve for whatever reason. You put yourself in the cold, and it's saying like there is a man there is a flow just like waiting to be tapped if you just allow yourself to enter that space of allowing.
This is her. You're
Oh.
so pretty.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a stock photo. Honestly, it's so beautiful.
There is someone totally worthy of you and deserving of you. You have to believe that. And there's what we're seeing here is you're making that separation yourself for whatever reason, and you can figure that out once you dive into it more, but like let yourself into that flow, because he's totally just there waiting for you.
Yeah, on this photo, I don't know if you can see it, but like this person is outside looking in, but the lock is not locked. Like the lock is unlocked. You can undo the chains and just like walk right in.
Totally.
And I think that's a good segue to the reading I have going on over here too. Just really backs up what you all have. And with the Chariot here, you're this is about the empowerment of yourself, and it's bringing together all of you, your inner powers, your femininity, it's bringing you all together, like all your thoughts, all your beliefs, all your desires, and moving forward. And you can see she has a little wand in her hand for that manifesting as well, and moving towards victory in what you desire, what you want. But this is all about understanding all that you have inside you, pulling it together and moving forward, right? And then I do see someone coming in for you. He's out there, the King of Wands, and that's the type of dude. He's a go-getter, successful, gets things done, secure, spiritual. And then you have the Four of Wands here, and that's a coming together. That's a celebration of a relationship. The action card here I have is the Seven of Cups, and that's just kind of like making that good choice. It's kind of bringing down instead of up here, bringing that choice down into significant, like grounding.
Yeah, and do whatever you need to do to recharge and get into that flow. Take care of yourself, because he's waiting. He's literally, I see him coming in, but he can't until you're ready, till you're rested and like fully just feeling ready again to jump in the river and start swimming, So all that self-care that's going to bring you to feeling good and ready and, out there,
Okay.
in there.
And the angel card that came in for you,
Romance.
romance. So it is coming, Shawnee. You ready? Blessings to you, and we are praying for your brother. Oh, wants to know if it could be your ex. Hmm. I'm seeing that it's. I feel like it's somebody new, actually.
Yeah, but it's going to be really, really clear, because it's going to be, I don't know, it's almost like the direction, will be like pointed directly at him for whatever reason.
Yep. So blessings to you, Shawnee. All right. So we have, I think, is it Brian next? Yeah, Brian's next.
Okay.
We have 3 more to go. So we have Brian, Priyanka, and Swati. Yeah, thank God it's somebody new. Yeah. All right, Brian, if you want to throw your question up. Okay. My long-awaited business contract arrived last week. I must just submit one. Draining me. So, do you see a question in this?
I don't fully understand the question.
Okay. Can you break that down for us, Brian?
Yeah, it's Brian.
Yeah, so Brian, if you, the question, so I feel like you're putting in for this contract, and there's one last thing that you need to submit, but is the question, are you going to get the contract, or yeah, break it down for us. we've been on almost 3 hours, so
I must submit one last document before I get it. Will I get it? Okay.
That's what I thought. See, a little slow on the uptake here. Sorry about that, Brian. All right. So, will I get the contract? So, you know, when I was waiting for you to respond, I was seeing I was getting a picture of you, and you're a real go-getter, and you get things done. And the message coming in is don't get discouraged. You're your own worst enemy in that area. You get down on yourself more than anybody else could ever. So yeah, just be patient with yourself. You're your own worst enemy. People trust you. People like you, and Spirit's wish for you is that you see yourself that way as well. So let's take a look and see about this contract. Okay. So I see here, here's the Three of Wands, and that means you know everything's out there, and you're waiting for that ship to come in. And I see that that's happening for you. And not only does it come in, but it's opening up possible travel for you as well with this contract. But it's also could be opening other opportunities for you as well. But this is taking you, the Six of Swords coming in, it's like taking you to calmer shores, a better place. It's kind of opening that door for that. And with the Emperor there, very solid. I feel this is you. This is who I was kind of describing before. They were showing me when I was kind of getting a download of. This is who I was kind of describing, and the card fell here. So the Emperor, he's strong, he's firm. He, you know, when he says something, that is the way it goes, like that. So, and then the action card here is the Star, which is interesting. The advice, the Star. It's like everything that you hope for is in place.
Yeah, we definitely got all of what you said, like his energy as just bringing the fullness, and that go-getter, like you said, like, you know, Brian, when to push forward, and you know when to not. Like, you're very aware of energy and what to bring to a situation, and that, yes, I see, yes, you will get the contract. And there's like a lot of female energy with that. I don't know if you're working.
He needs it to support his family.
Okay. Underlying that is a woman, so maybe that is connected to the family support, but the message is coming to that, yeah, there's this real strong commitment here, and a new, it's just so full. Like, I couldn't look at this and be like, no, you're not getting it. It's there's commitment here, there's heart and passion and abundance.
Yep. And Brian, I pulled an angel card for you, and it says serenity. So bringing in that angel serenity. It's like bringing in that Feeling that I can take a breath now. So that'll be awesome for you and your family. Blessings to you, Brian. Okay, so
You're getting everything that you're putting into it. That's what I see.
yeah, I think that's a good word right there, what you're putting into it. All right. Blessings to you, Brian. Good luck. Okay, so Priyanka, you are next. If you are still here, go ahead and throw your... Well, maybe that's what that female was, Brian.
Yeah, there was love following it all too. So if you're open to that, like you're getting everything that you're putting into life right now. All that energy that you are putting into it is coming back.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You are welcome. Okay, so Priyanka, if you're still here, throw your message up. I know we're having some kind of delay with some people, but Swati, if you're still here as well, you can go ahead and put your question up too now. So Priyanka and Swati. Oh, there's Swati's question. We'll go ahead and start with you. All right. What are my spiritual gifts? Should I stay or move on from my ex? Now.
So let's Spirit want me to stay.
Oh. And Priyanka's here too. So we'll should we keep with Swati and because Priyanka's still here?
Whatever you think. I think they'll be good either way.
Okay. Thank you, Priyanka, for getting that up there. We thought you had left, so we started with Swati. So we'll do yours just next. I'm so sorry. With this delay, it's hard to know. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Priyanka. Sweet. Okay. Yay, Priyanka. All right. Okay. Okay, so Swati, what I'm getting is I'm you know, you have we all have a little bit of all the gifts, you know, that you're able to utilize and draw from. But I'm seeing you in your writing, and so it's like a knowing would drop in and you would write, and I'm not sure what that if that is clairaudient, possibly. Maybe it's the clairaudient one, or claircognizant. That's the one. Claircognizant. I can see that would be a strong one for you. Claircognizant. So getting messages from spirit, and you're writing it down. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some cards here and see what else we get. Yes, so I am seeing that there is some new opportunities for you if you move on. I feel like you know that Spirit's been encouraging you to move on, but you're feeling stuck. It's familiar. He's familiar. It's kind of like a habit, so to speak, here with the devil coming in here. It also could be kind of like an addiction, so to speak, with him. But you're having a hard time moving past it.
Yeah.
But you're being encouraged to stand in your truth and move towards some new opportunities out there. But as long as you stay, you're going to be in that stuck place with him. Are you guys getting anything?
Yeah, so I just do this reading that Carissa taught me for these relationships, which are very insightful. There might be more information than needed, but just it taps into both sides, and then their energy together, and then the insight from Spirit, which really is the question.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, for what the energy you bring is just like this really well-rounded, stable, beautiful energy to the relationship. You feel a little bit challenged or blocked, and also underlying that is maybe a somewhat of an inability to fully tap into your power, your feminine strength, or you're feeling a little bit blocked in those ways. And then for him, he is the Hanged One in this new deck, Mom. I want to look it up.
Which one? Can you hold it up?
The Hanged One.
Oh, the Hanged One. So
that's his energy in the relationship.
Like he's not moving one way or another.
It's an act of surrender there, I think. Yeah. But not in a bad way, just really in a way that allows the relationship to be. And it's underlying is you. I feel like he is really surrendering to you and the energy you bring.
Sacrifice. He's sacrificing himself, and he thinks it's for the better good or whatever. But yeah.
And then the connecting, like the composite of the energy is the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like it works, like you work well together. And there is love there. Like I got above all of this is there is love, but that it's sort of like clockwork. There is an element of that habitual motion. Yeah. And it's also like, sounds like a tire just popped or something. Like a lot of habitual communication stuff. I don't know, the devil kind of points to things that aren't necessarily serving us because they've become so just dominant in the space. So communication patterns or just stuff like that. But yeah, so then for the insight, I got Page of Cups, which is this card. So I see that as like a new horizon. Like she's literally seeing her cup. There's like a new little fish in it, and she's on the water. To me, that's
like new love.
It's a long distance relationship.
Like
Okay.
that's a new offer of love there.
Mm-hmm.
She just said it's a long distance relationship, which kind of makes sense for all the communication stuff I'm getting.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So with the Page of Cups as the insight, also with the ship and this, I don't know what this is. It's like
That's the astrology.
The astrology wheel. I feel like that is just almost like the ship is sailing and she's on to new horizons, and there's like actually some universal like messages coming in. He's kind of talking one day like I'm everything, and the next he's like, who? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's so Hanged Man.
Yeah, totally.
It really is. And you're in this trap. You're in this vicious cycle.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And
Can you hold that card up again? Can you hold the card up? What I always like to point out on the devil card is how loose the chains are. Like how easy it is to just get out of that. Like you're choosing to torture yourself. Like you're in love with this addiction, this like thing that he does to your nervous system where he like makes you feel really good and then you withdraw from it and then he gives it to you again.
Yeah. I see the insight being like something else is coming your way and unexpected, but like just wade right into there. Wade right into the water. Like don't hesitate, because it's going to be so much more right for you, and it's going to bring you into such a new place, a better place.
And then I actually did the reading about what your spiritual gifts are, and what I got was the Priestess of Discs. So this is all about like being in your body, having like inner insight, like maybe being super good at yoga or something like that. And like the way how you will offer your gifts to the world is this. It's the 8 of Wands in this deck. So I'm like trying so hard to get this. There we go. Like you just need to shoot your shot, like aim true and shoot your shot, have a goal. And the things that
I love those cards.
Yeah. the thing that keeps you from delivering your spiritual gifts to the world. I ask that because like sometimes when we're asking that question, like there's a blockage around like what our gift is. Like for whatever reason, you can't see it even though it's always there. And I got the 9 of discs. And so to me, that says like, you just get real comfortable where you are. Like you like to, you don't necessarily like to take your shots, but like when you do, you're good at it. And because your gift is the priestess of disc, because you're so embodied, people will listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to, it kind of brings me back to this initial card that came in for you over here, and that it's the Queen of Swords. And she's really, she doesn't mix her messages. She's very straightforward, and she brings what she has to say. You know, there's no mixed messages. She knows what she wants, and she speaks it. And going along with all these communication cards we've all received, this one seems to be very important for you.
Yeah, and Sierra just made a good point that when I pulled what keeps you from like knowing your gifts, that was the card that she pulled in your energy for this relationship.
Wow. Same card.
Same card.
So yeah, that 9 of Pentacles. I mean, it's a good card though.
Yeah, but it's like there is a warning to it. Like, don't get greedy. Don't feel too comfortable. Like, there's more to life than just like this life of luxury. Like sometimes we have to go through a little bit of uncomfortability to grow.
Climb those mountains. Take the shots. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go ahead.
Really beautiful. Your energy is very embodied, and I hope that you get these things coming to you. I think that it's definitely like letting go of that relationship for sure. Not question.
And no regrets. No regrets.
She said, I am a little lazy.
We all are.
I was going to say, I can resonate with that. Me and my Taurus self can totally resonate with that.
I'm going to pull an angel card, and then we have our last reading.
And yeah, like I also think that comes with the Priestess of Pentacles. Like she's so in her body and like so sure of herself. She's like, I don't have to do
right.
I don't need to work that hard.
That's true. That's hilarious. Perfect. And miracles. The angel of miracles is coming in for you.
Yay.
Manifest, believe. Beautiful. All right. Swati, blessings to you.
Thanks, Swati. Love to you.
Okay. Let me look for I think Priyanka, is this your question? I don't see any other questions besides that one.
What's a next move towards me? I actually like the framing of that question a lot.
Yeah, it's the same one. Okay, so it's the same question she had before. Okay, Priyanka.
That's A.
I don't know what the A is exactly, but what's coming towards me?
What Oh, I think it's a person. So what's this person's next move towards me, right? Priyanka, is that what you're asking? Is there someone you're asking about and you're wondering what's going to happen next? Priyanka, I see you as very playful and fun. You bring happiness and joy to those around you. So yes, so I think she's saying yes, it is a person. So what is
Gotcha.
A's next move towards her? I want to say, what's your next move towards him or her or whoever, towards them? I feel like, Priyanka, I feel like you've put it all out there, and it is showing kind of like you're waiting on their next move. And it's almost like that you're feeling like you can't do it. Like I said, when I said what first came to me was, what is your next move towards them? And then you have the Ace of Swords. You're feeling like you can't make a move. Okay, but you can make a move. The Magician was crossing that card. So that means that you can actually make a move. You have everything that you need to manifest. And, this is, again, I feel like I've been repeating this all day, but this is your life, right? And you what do you want the next move to be? What do you want to see, right? You can make it happen. It's like you put it out there, but then you pause because you've been hurt before, so you don't want to move forward, or you don't know what move to make because you've been hurt before. Yeah. So it's almost like Spirit wants you to take a look at what are the things that you're fearful of. What are the things where you've been hurt before and you're holding on to that, and so you're afraid to really, really be yourself and or make what is your next move towards them, right? So then I pulled some more cards on kind of what should you do, what's the advice, kind of thing. And so I do see someone there, and building up, and you also have the star there, and that's that manifesting. So what do you wish for? It's almost like, what do you want in a relationship, and does this relationship is it going to offer that? So taking a look at all that, yeah, you feel, yeah. So what are you guys seeing over there, Sierra and Carissa?
I'll go ahead. Yeah. Something similar to what you were seeing. We pulled the Seven of Swords for her. So like kind of just that same idea, like trying to decide if this is like something that she's into, and yeah, there's like a lot of mental fighting about it.
Like
Yes.
you feel like you're playing a game almost a little bit that like you're unsure of, and you feel it's not totally honest. So you're like, you know, kind of playing along this game that you don't necessarily want to be playing, and it's not your fault, but like it's not honest totally, and you are responding to that energy in your own energy. And underlying that, I think, is your desire for commitment. Like you do desire to be in a very settled, committed relationship, married, whatever. And the relationship is Seven of Pentacles.
I got the Seven of Pentacles too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's like the composite energy of the two of you. And
Yeah.
so to me, that's like, get working. Like, stop fooling around. Like, stop playing the games. Like, put in the actual work for what it takes to like be in a committed relationship with someone.
To me, it's all of like what you're saying. She feels stuck. This person kind of feels stuck. Like, so the energy between you is like, it's there, but you need a break. Like, step away from it. You've done a lot of things here together, and like she's I feel like she watered the plants, and she's just like trying to see them grow before her eyes, but it's like you can't see things grow that quick. Like, you got to step away and just let it happen. But above that is a loyalty. Like, you're both loyal to each other. Underlying that is the female. So in the insight card, yeah, he's not honest. I got the fox in his energy, so it could be that he's not.
Yeah, he's not honest, but he's charming.
Yeah.
He's quite charming, for sure.
Very charming.
And I mean, the magician is his.
Yeah,
energy.
that's why I'm saying he's charming. Like, that's
Yeah, too interesting. Okay.
that's. I mean, he's talented. He can like pull it all together, and like make it look real good. Like, he's an excellent manifester.
He makes himself look real good too.
But he's
like
tricky.
Yeah.
I kind of, I drew these three cards, and I kind of see, for the long term, I see a friendship, actually.
Yeah. Four of Wands.
Yeah, we got the Four of Wands, and so that's definitely not a card that's like, nope, you guys are totally over.
No. But I see a long-term something there with the dog is more like a friendship, but it could be loyalty,
I think, yeah, that's accurate, and what maybe that just pointed me in that direction, but we have the broom and the moon above it, so it's like maybe there is a new horizon for you all together, but it's going to be like cutting off some of those deeper emotions, and following that is the letter in the mountain, though. So it's going to I don't know, that feels hard. It's going to be a little bit challenging. But with the letter,
It seems
Yeah.
like maybe it's like what's blocking, she feels stuck, and it's maybe communication. The communication is lacking, and it's blocking.
Yeah, I feel like this is a really, really like good, important lesson. Like you're gonna see all the ways in which he's mirroring you. If you're not being like upfront with your feelings, he's not going to be either. But I think you can work it out. You're gonna like gain something very powerful from being in relationship with this person. Like,
and coming out of it, the outcome is going to bring you into an important place of perspective. And with the letter, there is some communication. We're not talking nowadays. Yeah. So maybe clearing up the emotions, clearing those up is gonna bring some light into what you do have, and it feels like a really, really hard thing to do this written communication or however it is, but it's a good outcome.
And I just kind of want to circle it all the way back to the initial insight that I was shown about you, and I was talking about how you are like playful and joyful, and you bring that to the world around you. And I pulled an angel card for you, and it's playfulness. So I feel like it's like, you know what, just go back to you being you and that playful you, and that energy that you bring to everyone around you, and bring it into this. Since we're talking about this relationship, bring it into this relationship. Just that playfulness. Be you. Don't try to put on anybody else's mask for this relationship or whatever. Just be you. And I think that is universal. Be you in all situations, because you bring such a smile to everybody, and you open people's heart, raise the energy and vibration around you because of your playfulness and how you do life. So I'd love to encourage you to do that, continue to be that, even in this relationship, and just let it trust the natural outcome. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Totally.
All right, Priyanka, blessings to you and to everyone. Thank you for being positive for life. Thank you again for moderating the chat and making this happen for us here. So blessings to you.
Thank you, Positive.
And we will see you all the next time. The next live is on Tuesday on Karen Elizabeth's channel, and Positive put that all up on the board for you. So yay.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, we are done. I love you, Positive.
Mommy,
all right.
The pig.
See ya. We'll see you all next time.
And
Bye, everyone.
Bye.